Last video. We've come so far. Couple questions we'll run through real quick and we'll keep it short and sweet. My favorite assignment was the singing pig. That was kind of fun, I'm not going to lie. Kind of analyzing my own thoughts and how I act and kind of, what's the word? Visualizing the things that I struggle with and kind of acknowledging it actually did help me out a lot. Loved that assignment. If I could redo an assignment, I would redo the how-to one. I was kind of rushed through that. I made that one at work. We did a garlic aioli, or we attempted to anyway. My God, that was a mess. My audio didn't work, and I was running around, and it just could have been way cooler, way shorter, but I was distracted at work, so had that drag on. One thing I learned about presenting to an audience is that preparation makes a huge difference in how confident you feel. When you know your material, you don't have to rely on reading word for word, which helps out a huge amount, makes it more natural, and allows that flow that you need to really capture that viewer's attention. Speaking too fast can make it hard for people to understand. That's something I struggle with. I'm really freaking good at talking, like a lot. And I talk kind of fast when I'm excited, so I gotta mellow it down, slow it down, make sure my words carry more weight, For presentation visuals, keep it simple, Slides should support what you're saying, but you don't want a freaking book on every slide or whatever you're doing. Keep it short, sweet, bullet points so that you can focus on the viewer while they can follow along, For nervousness, a helpful strategy is practicing, You write a speech, say it out loud. You're going to find things in there that don't quite flow correctly. Maybe you want to reword this, reword that, add this. Practice makes perfect. Most of the time. Practice makes better. Practice makes better. That's how we'll do it. When using a webcam for professional communication, have it at eye level. I'm in the middle of the screen, right where I should be. You can see some things around me, but I don't own a green screen, nor do I care enough to. Have some decent light. You can see my face. Like if I kill this guy, I'm like in the actually, it almost looks a little better. That's fine. But now you see me. You get that nice glow going. One lesson I took from the singing pig assignments is clarity, structure. The more clear and concise you can be with others and yourself, everyone's better off. Communication is key. Even if the topic is simple, organization makes a huge difference. For me, being in a professional kitchen, communication is everything, right? There's tons to do. You got to work on this, and you got to let everyone else know this is where you're at, this is what we need. That way we can work as a team. Because there's no room for one guy to work it all. There's too much. You're going to have one guy doing this, and the other guy's going to have the other half of it, and then you got to work together to be done at the same time for that. Communication is huge. One thing I want to improve on is speaking more confidently, I suppose. When I talk, the amount of times I talk, I sometimes second guess myself, especially when it's a one-on-one conversation with a person of authority. So let's say the chef, right? He asks me something, I give him a reply, and he gives me the face. He goes, he gets the little head tilt, and I'm like, maybe I second guess myself because I think I'm doing it wrong. Reality is, he's hard of hearing, I did it right, and I should own that shit. That's how that works. But we know that now, You gotta be direct. It's huge. Communication is huge. I must say, I did thoroughly enjoy this class. Oral communication was a lot of fun. A lot of acknowledgement, a lot of, just reading people and kind of that, it was just good life skills, Best class I've taken so far in Gen Eds. Math with Business Apps, that's a shit show. We'll worry about that one tomorrow. I've been putting it off long enough. That's my singing pig, putting it off. I'll do it next. I appreciate it. You have a good time. And thank you for being awesome.